Sweetwater Creek State Park, where I put 2,000 or 3,000 fish in that lake the day before the event. And then we have the children come out, and I give them bait that I know those fish will bite. And if I give them the wrong bait, they are not going to bite those fish. The fish are not going to bite that bait. So I have to assume that it was in his heart, and that the bait that he says was put in front of him was bait that he was willing to bite. And as such, I'm now in a dilemma, because we have people in this county that are depending on him and the others that serve here to make decisions based on what's best for the county, and not based on anybody's color or sex or race or anything like that. The decision should be based on their ability to do it. So now that he has put it out there, what he bases his decisions on, I'm at a dilemma. Because every decision that he makes now, someone is going to question why he made that decision and what is it based on. So, it's not for me to stand here and tell him to resign. But it is for me to stand here and to say that there's an election coming up shortly. And you, as citizens, have to decide who it is that you want to represent you in this building. That's your choice. I would just hope that the people of Douglas County and the people of the city of Douglasville see things as we will talk to you about today. That you want your county run based on people's quality and their ability to do the job that you hired them to do. And anyone that's basing it on anything other than that, you have a decision to make as to whether or not that's who you want to be in this building. And I encourage you to make a strong decision, and to make a decision that's in your own best interest, and to make a decision where you don't have to try to guess the reasons why these decisions here are being made. Thank you for coming out.
We were talking this morning about Proverbs 12 that says, careless words stab like a sword, but the words of wise people bring healing. So I hope the wise people standing behind me can let you know that we don't want to just out somebody. We want to heal this land. And if you have to cut out the cancer, you have to cut out the cancer.
First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming out this time of the afternoon. Some of you all were here this morning for the County Commission work meeting. The chairman made statements at that meeting. He apologized at that meeting, but his apology came with some strings attached. Some of those strings were that he was baited, that he was tricked. That doesn't count and that doesn't matter. Political pandering is not an excuse for racist comments. Point blank, period. I'm standing behind stand in front of a lot of elected officials who have been very noble, that have served this community, this state for a very long time. And I don't recall any of them making racist comments during the election season. I know because I'm just coming off of an election and I didn't make any racial comments. So we're here as a unit, as a collective community. Douglas County is very diverse. It's full of great people from all nationalities, from all races and genders. So we're here as inclusive. We want an inclusive message and not a message to divide. What the chairman stated and said in his very public comments right here at this courthouse was very, very disheartening to a lot of people. It hurt a lot of people. Myself, as a future elected official for this district, was very upset. My district, District 62, covers unincorporated Fulton County, East Point, College Park, and Douglas County. So what the chairman stated was basically that blacks cannot move forward with a positive and successful government. That's very disheartening, because as a black elected officials, we don't bankrupt government. We can run government. And he has two able-bodied county commissioners that are African-American that sits on his commission with him. And one is the chairman of the Finance Committee, Commissioner Kelly Robinson. Ask us how much debt does Douglas County have at this point in time? Zero. Because Commissioner Henry Mitchell and the rest of the commissioners working in unison. So I'm here on behalf of the delegation. I also want to name all of the elected officials that are mentioned in the September 30th press release. That will be State Representatives LaDon Blackett-Jones, our chairman of the delegation, State Representative Roger Bruce, also State Representative Kimberly Alexander. We also have State Senator Donzella James, County Commissioners Henry Mitchell and Kelly Robinson, and we also have Douglasville City Councilman Sam Davis and City Councilwoman LaShawn Burdell. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Kelly Robinson. I represent the 2nd District of Douglas County. I've been here in the end of my 2nd term, and this morning was probably the most toughest day I've ever had in office. It was a sad day. It was a solemn day. And I got a call from the chairman last week. He pretty much told me, I called him, we had a conversation. I said, Mr. Chairman, I'm going down to the General Assembly. I'm going to be speaking on behalf of mental health. He said, that's your baby, go right ahead, no problem. He said, I've got something to share with you. He went down this process of telling me that he made some comments that were inflammatory, but he didn't tell me what they were. I said, no problem. I hung up from him and I said, I'll see it later. Come Thursday night, I saw whatever went down. It was devastating. All I can remember was black, male, Democrat. And this is somebody I've worked with for 8 years. Right? I came in with the President of the United States, right, 2008, right? This was a Great Recession. Digest is down, everything is down, and we had to really work hard to make Douglas County work. So I'm giving you some insight. The Douglas County is special, right? We worked hard to bring it to its place. Having comments like that throws in the face of who we really are. It does not represent Douglas County. Let it be known. Those comments do not represent the base of people who elected the president twice. Let it be known. We don't have any debt. That's true. We have taken care of our long-term liabilities. That is true. We've taken care of our long-term health care. That is true. We have a great credit rating. That is true. But that was not done on the back of one person. It was a contribution. Right? That's important. We represent all partisans as elected officials. We have to represent everybody. No matter what your partisanship is, I've got to make a decision. There's times where I have to put people that are not in the Democratic Party in board positions. That's important to me, to represent the entire base. But those comments, they pierced my heart. They emptied me this morning. I couldn't recover. It took me a minute. And I share this with you for all you to hear that Douglas County is better than this. I look forward to the day this shifts. It changes. I look forward to the day that this moves us forward. We've worked too hard over the past 8 years and years before that, before I came, to set this place up in a place where we can move forward. We recognize when you come across that river, when you come across that wall, that hill right there at I-20, that was kind of a totally different place. We're not unaware of what it's about. We're not unknowing what it's about. But I ask you to think about this. The people that are here that are listening, the citizens from Anwake, the citizens in Tributary, from Brookmont, Mount Vernon, I want y'all to hear this, that we're better than this. Please, you make the decision on what we should do going forward, but let it be known, I will still represent you in your interests. I yield.
My name is Commissioner Henry Mitchell, and you guys may have seen me in the earlier part of this morning about the meeting at the work session, and you'll find that, as I've stated, and I'll state it again, this is not Douglas County. This is not Douglas County. This is not who we are. Understand who we are. We are a community. We are a multicultural, biracial community of people that get things done. And speaking about Kelly Robinson, who's on the Finance Committee, but when you put bankruptcy and black people in the same breath, that's not a good representation. And it's not us. And it's definitely not me. When Commissioner Chairman stated that black people create bankruptcy or can't run government, he was talking about me. He was talking about all of these that are standing behind me. He was also talking about you, because you elected me, Kelly, and others to be a part of your government and to physically sound, make sure that we do things that are right by Douglas Countyans, not by how much money you have, not by who you are, how tall or short, or your color of your skin. So please understand that this will have a huge impact, I think, on our economic development. That's green. That's not black, nor is it white. That's green. Community relations. Now, I truly think we have crossed this, when he opened his mouth and said what he said, I think we've crossed a unique barrier, meaning of who he truly is. Is he sorry because he really want to represent us? Is he sorry because he got caught? I'm not trying to denounce him from being the chairman, but now I would tell you this much. As a people, there's going to be a strain on our work sessions. There's going to be a strain on our voting session, because now I will ask the question, was this vote because I'm black? Or was this vote because I am really qualified? So I asked the question, what is qualifications? What are the qualifications? The qualifications, from my understanding, from what I read when I ran for office as the mayor pro tem in the city of Douglasville and now the commission here in Douglas County, 21 years of age, from my understanding, and I can breathe and fog up a mirror, and living in this county for at least 1 year. I did that. Now, if there are some other qualifications that he's trying to make now or announce to you guys that what that is, I would like to know what they are. And I would like to see our chairman be noble, stand up, and take ownership of what he just actually done. And he made a huge mistake. I understand. I tried to call an executive session this morning just so we can all get together and have a conversation amongst my colleagues. He didn't want that. I have to make sure you understand this is not dictatorship. This is our government. This is your government. So please, if he would just understand, I hate what he's done because I trusted, believed in him. And I'm the one, as I've stated earlier, has been very optimistic and taken up for him before this thing came out, before it came out. I was one of the ones saying, I don't believe in he say, she say. I need facts. And I asked him when he called me to share with me what had happened, but he couldn't share with me. He couldn't share with me what really happened. He kept giving me all the other stories, and I tried to understand the other stories. But I asked 3 or 4 times, just tell me what it is. And maybe I could have digested it a little bit better by knowing it before it actually came on Fox 5. But no, I had to do like you. I had to wait, see it on TV, and only to find that it was extremely damaging. And he was talking about me. So with that being said, I can't speak for the delegates behind me. I can only speak for Henry Mitchell III. I would like for him to do the noble thing and move out the way and let us as Douglas County That's noble. And we'll clean it up. We'll still be a community that we are, and we'll be this multicultural community that we are. So please, if you hear my voice, Mr. Chairman, do the right thing. Again, thank you.
I am Councilwoman LaShawn Bardanley, and I serve in Ward 3, Post 1, with my colleague who is not here, Councilman Sam Davis. I am here stating that I advocate for all people, not just black people. I want to say that through the resources and assistance through many, many organizations, I am a proud black woman who currently holds a doctorate degree in business and organizational leadership. And I want to say to the young people who are watching this, specifically those black people who heard, or young people that heard the comments, remember that you are somebody, regardless to what anybody says. And know that it doesn't stop here. Yes, we And yes, we will move on and we'll get through this. But I just want to say again, I am a proud Black woman who holds a doctorate's degree, and I'm an elected official, and I am proud to serve in Ward 3, Post 1 as your councilwoman. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is David Good. I'm the chairman of Douglas County Democratic Party, and I wanted to address you guys today on what was said by our commissioner. Now as we sit out here, not too far away, over there on the other side of this building is exactly where the tent was set up to where he was talking to someone. And he was saying that he was being baited into something. The man's been in office for, I can't remember how long, but since I've been in Douglas County, he's been in office. To me, he doesn't appear to be the type of person that can be baited. What he did was that he said what he felt like saying. You know, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. That's exactly what it means. So then when the man asked him the questions, he gave it, and it came up cavalier, like it was just something that he could just normally say. And that was the problem that I had with it, was the fact that he could say these things and then just let it go. And then in this meeting today, he actually mentioned that said that he has a freedom of speech. You do have the freedom of speech, but whenever you're speaking at a public event as a chairperson, you can't say those type of things. What you got to do is actually say exactly how you feel, and that's what he did. He said what he felt, and so that's why I believe it. So since you believe what people say, hey, I believe what you're saying. Just like our county commissioner says, do the noble thing, step down. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
I want to thank all of you for being here. Before we close this press conference, we would like to take any questions from the media at this time.
Right here, Blackmore Drive, but 12-year Douglas County resident. Can you explain the notice of today's gathering went out a couple days ago? Can you explain the lack of diversity standing with you today?
We have our city council person who's standing with us, and also we've had many other people who were not minorities that have been calling us and talking to us and meeting with us. So it is a joint effort of elected officials.
Why won't they come out?
I'm here.
If you're one person.
You might also notice there's a lot of Democrats behind me. I'm not a Democrat either. I'm not a Republican. For me, this is not partisan. First, I want to say, Lashana Topa, today is New Year's Day in the Jewish faith. It is the day that starts a 10-day period of reflection, personal reflection, atonement. 10-day period ends with the Day of Atonement. And trying to do the right thing, righting any wrongs you may have done. This is the perfect opportunity, Mr. Worthan, although he is not of the Jewish faith, to right the wrong and step aside.
Are there other questions?
Mr. Mitchell.
Yes.
Can I ask you a question real quick? Sure. You stepped out of the meeting today.
Yes.
You told me you plan to move the meeting over tomorrow.
That's
Do you lead every meeting from now on early until you get what you want?
And it's not that I want to get what I want. I've just got to understand I'm here to represent the people of Douglas County. Black, white, Hispanic. So tomorrow, if by chance he's still there, there's a great possibility that I will. The next meeting, there's a possibility. But I'm taking it day by day, moment by moment, because I think he's going to do the noble thing and do what's right. So
He's going to step down.
I'm confident that he would do the right thing, but that's in his heart. Whatever his heart tells him to do, whatever he decides to do. Now, when we left the meeting today, based on our conversation, he said he's not stepping down. That's clear. I just want to believe otherwise. Maybe I'm very optimistic in believing that he probably will. So that's just my opinion.
Mr. Mitchell, you
Yes.
also mentioned that you said you got caught this time. Were there any other moments that you guys might have thought something's not right here?
Well, I'll say this much. Douglas County has always been looked at and perceived as that county of what we call racism. I'm the optimistic one to say it's not true. So I tell my colleagues and my friends that are of all nationalities, of all race, that that's not true. But I can't let that 0.01% hurt the 99% that's actually doing the right thing. So Yes, that has been conversations that have been had that said these types of things are true and exist in Douglas County. I beg to differ because I see the people. I talk to those that in my community, and they're just not all black. There are people of all races, Republicans, Democrats, independents. Now, you see today, you might see behind me just strictly African Americans, or as the quote's been said, black. Oh, plus one.
Plus two.
I see. But don't think that this is an African American or a black thing. This is just what's right and what's wrong. We can't continue to allow somebody to take Douglas Countyans down a road of this type of path that could create a whole lot of other situations that I don't even want to even start to speak of. So I believe, as a citizen of Douglasville and Douglas County, that this is not what we all do. We're better than that. We're better counted than that. Thank you.
And as our commissioner said earlier today, there is no more business as usual until we resolve this issue. You cannot say on camera that in a family event with hundreds, even thousands of people standing around, that black people are doing bankrupting and we're inept, in other words. You cannot say that and then expect to just come back and say, oh, well, I was talking to someone and I was trying to get a vote. So does that mean you say, which way is the wind blowing? Oh, over here. I'm for that. On this side, I'm against that. No. We're saying no. You have to speak up for what you believe in, and you have to be responsible when you say these things. So yes, we're mad. We help the economic development in this area. In this area too. So we all live and breathe right here in Douglas County. And as he said, work and play, we want to do that too, together. So we call for unity, yes, and healing once the unity begins. And any other questions? Yes, sir.
Just got one question that at the end of the day,
yes.
At the end of the day, I kind of wondered if it had been another ethnic group that was in that position, would it have been the same response?
Yes.
Would he have been able to just stand there and say, no, I'm not going to leave, I'm staying here, and know that he made a controversial statement such as that?
Let me say that it was not just politically incorrect, because as my grandmother used to say, you speak from your heart when what you're doing in the dark is going to come to the light. And so, you know, to me, maybe he didn't know anyone was going to hear it. So that's my opinion. And Representative Bruce?
Yeah, like I said earlier, you know, it doesn't matter that somebody was recording it. What matters is what he said. Because he could have said just the opposite. He could have said something that had nothing to do with race. He could have said, you know, he's a candidate. He could have easily said, well, I'm concerned maybe there's going to be some people get elected that won't be able to do the job. But when he put the emphasis on that they're going to put black people who are incompetent in there, he changed the whole dynamic of the conversation. That was totally different. So you're going to have to probably ask him that question, because as far as we're concerned, again, no matter what he does from this point forward, there's always going to be a question as to why he's making the statement that he's made. There's always going to be a question when any decision is made. If a contract that he has responsibility for issuing, there's going to be a question. Did this contract not be assigned to somebody because they are black? You know, it could be the other way around too, because now he's probably in a repentant mode. So some of the others could ask, well, did he give it to them because they are black, because he's sorry for what he did? I mean, there's always going to be a question. And what we're saying is that you as voters, what I'm saying is you as voters have to decide what you want from the people that represent you. And that's your job. You got to do that.
You cannot violate the people's trust and then say, oh, I'm sorry. And you had one last question?
Yes, Senator. I know you've been in politics a couple of years, at least, and you know how voters, jokes, especially during presidential elections and all the focuses on that. How come in a month people will still remember this at the ballot box if he doesn't?
Because it was a slap in the face to all of us who are elected. Like me, yes, I came in the 90s. I served 8 years. I left 8 years. I came back 8 years now at this point. And I have brought a lot of jobs here. I've helped bring a lot of companies here. He didn't do it by himself. And so we are very, very upset. And I don't think that people are going to forget how he truly feels and how it came out.
And again, I keep saying, you're the vote, you have the decision to make.
2012, 4 years ago, right here, I was a lawsuit. Whatever you think. And I share that in that we're changing.